Oh Nads, how are we? How are we? Let's get going. I want to rotate that slightly. Oh gosh, you can see my light bulb. You can see the light bulb in there. Start recording. Don't need to do that studio. Oh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Golly gosh. How are we? How is everybody? Tube Studio. Welcome, 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 welcome. Lovely to see you. To see you. Nice. Right, where are we? I need to swipe that. There we go. I'm sure I'm live. I'm sure I'm live. I can tell you that. Your channel. Hey, there we go. We're live. Set it up. We're all ready to go. I want to pop it this side. I think that is going to give us a better angle. It's a funny angle. How's that looking? How's that looking? Swipe left to close. There we go. Welcome, 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 welcome. If you are in there, press that. Oh. I need to go into studio mode. This is the thing, when you're doing this sort of thing, it is pain in the bottom. I'm sure. There we go. Right then guys, let's just start up Spotify. I'm getting ready to do to start posting all the YT content, the tube content. If you've got any questions, if you want to guide us on how we're going to be doing things, let me know and we could start doing it. I wonder who's in here. Who's in here? Hey? There we go, that's a bit better. A little bit of music, a little bit of goop. Shall we go over some ungating today or anything? Different methods of finding ungated products, maybe? Or let's... This is week 89 of going live for you guys in the FBA community. That's a good AI summary. I don't know why it's not. Right. Shall we go over some Arby sauce? And then I could show you what I would use, what I would do if I was sourcing products because this is going to be really, really a good way of helping you. 515 results. What we found here? Oh. How are you, Biohacks? Been 5 minutes and we've had no viewers, so if you don't mind, what you sourcing on? I'm on the tube, so screen sharing on there. If you've got any questions, let me know. Oh, thank you. Keep tapping the like, that'll help. Helps so much just getting that little bit of engagement. It's loads. Ask loads of questions. There's loads of things we could do. Have you been looking at the not new updates now, but have you been using Keeper recently? And obviously you have got spent 2k today. Check you. Smashed it, mate. Smashed it. What sourcing methods? What sourcing method? Or methods? Have you been using, is it anything A2A? Loads of products. Some profit path. Ah, brilliant. Not a big keeper guy. Keeper is like a unique skill. I mean, keeper is good. It's overpowered, really. Are you using keeper with, obviously, profit path? Because what you could do, I mean, yeah, I was going to say, like, a lot of people would say keeper is the only thing to use, but I mean, realistically, you see these people doing lives where they say, no, I'm doing millions, but how many of them people are actually going to keeper, getting a list off, and actually going through that list? They're not going to be doing many Google searches. So if you are using you could use Arbisource, you could use Profit Path, like use the reverse searches, because all that's doing is giving you an advantage because it's speeding your time up. You could use that list, put it into Arbisource or Profit Path. If you're doing it with Profit Path, obviously you'll get the pings. So I use Arbisource every day. My VA is trained up on Arbisource. And Arbisource is really good. Like, I'm doing a comparison as well. So, on the tube, YT, I'm going to be doing a comparison video. So, I've been using Arbisource for over a year. And I rate it massively. But I'm at the position where I've used Profit Path. And now I'm at that position where I need to decide if I'm going to cancel one, if I'm moving. Yeah, that I found the same. I found exactly the same as what you're seeing, because you need, like, I analysed all the products I brought with Profit Path, and you need to decide, like, I wasn't tracking my Arbisource purchases. So now what I'm doing is, obviously, I'm tracking the Arbisource and the Profit Path now, but paid for a month, half price. Yeah, so did you go through the Navs link then on that special offer? Because that's what I did. I've already downgraded it because I think, like, 100, it works out probably like 150 quid a month, won't it? If you did that, you've got to work that out at like £5 a day, which you can make that, can't you, quite easily. Like, so far, my Profit Path products, I was looking at it earlier, so just products which I've found solely on Profit Path, not doing any like manual search after finding supplies and stuff. It's like I probably had it 6 weeks, and I've done £700 profit. But that doesn't sound like a lot, but you've got to think, like, I got that product, the products have been shipped to me, I've sent them into Amazon, and then I've got £700 profit in them, like, 6 weeks basically. So you've kind of got to weigh it up as well, haven't you? I mean, the first month was that's including starting my subscription, so that's like over £400 profit. So you've got to think, like, it's probably 2 weeks them products have been there getting them sales. It's not bad, it's really good. Yeah, it is spenny, very spenny. But the thing is, it's like, if you've got that tool in your box, you could easily go back to it, can't you? And someone's using someone's on the Arbisource account, so I can't do Arbisource if you are looking at my screen on the tube. That one, I can't do Arbisource, someone's using it. But yeah, I mean, like, so what I do is, when I'm doing like my Arbisource, I would go through Keeper, I'll get a list of like 5,000 ASINs, I'll bang it into Arbisource, I'll bang it into Profit Path, go through it as a reverse search, see if the products are available in Europe, and then obviously go through like that. And the good thing, like, I feel that Profit Path is going to be more scalable in the future. Because, I don't know about you, but like, you could do a lot on Arbisource, but you wouldn't be able to use that for a solid week, every day, going in. I don't think. It's very hard if you was going to. And I mean, I've set up automations with my Arbisource, so it's like automatically, not manually, it's automatically looking at certain suppliers, trying to find them discounts. So like independent tool suppliers and stuff like that. Which, if you could do that and set that automation up and know how to run that sort of automation, like just get a quick list of 50, 60 stores, that could be running for you in the background all day long. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the comparison video. I've started planning it. So obviously the cost between Arbisource and Profit Path. Does it pay for itself quickly? I could go over, obviously I haven't tracked Arbisource, but I've been tracking Profit Path. Is it scalable? And I think that's a very important question, because we need to obviously put our trust into a software where we can scale with it. Yeah, I run scans most days. And I think that's a good way of utilising Arbisource as well, because that's unlimited. Next ones I've got are like user experience. So obviously what the interface looks like, is it easy to use, community support, the ecosystem around it, has it got virtual assistant access, which Arbisource doesn't really have that. And if you want it with Profit Path, you've got to get one of them higher tier subscriptions. So special features, then I'm going to talk about integrations. Is it flexible? So how many like filters, settings you could change. Different data sources as well, because obviously Arbisource has got the vault. The vault is massive. You can see, what, 250 suppliers. Profit Path has got similar. Obviously they've got a list of 200 odd suppliers, but with Profit Path, I think it's just got that slight edge, because they have got like some retailers which are in Europe which will happily ship to the UK. And I don't know if you've set up like Discord pings as well, but the Discord pings are sometimes pinging stores which you can't access on that reverse search. So that's a really good part of it as well. Is there any automation behind it? So I'm going to talk about that sort of thing. The automation with Profit Path is obviously Discord. You've got the automation with Arbisource. If you set up custom scans in a nice row, you just keep sourcing them products. And then I'm going to have a specific sourcing like session. So then I'm going to break down like the different sourcing, pros, cons, and hopefully it should be a really good video which I'm going to put on the tube. It's going to obviously take probably 25-30 minutes, but it's going to have a lot of information there where people could then see like my opinion against each sourcing software, because a lot of people use sourcing softwares and it is one way of speeding up like your actual sourcing. So it's like another automation, like outsourcing a little bit, isn't it? It could technically be the step which you want to take before you actually get a virtual assistant. Instead of going to like a Discord group or anything like that which provides leads, using like a software like Arbisource or Profit Path. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good video. Is there anything you can think of where I'll get a comparison between the two? Do you think there's anything? I don't, like I say, I've just got it up on here, so I'm just building a bit of a table and then I'm going to run like a score system and see which one's got the upper edge. And I think, to be fair, Profit Path probably does, but Profit Path isn't going to be for everybody. I think Arbisource is going to be like 80% people compared to the 20% Profit Path, because it's like if you was weighing up the option of taking a virtual assistant on. You've got to understand that you need to be able to source enough products to sell for a profit to actually make that software profitable for you. Otherwise, if you joined something like Profit Path, didn't have enough capital to spend on products, and then you're starting to make a loss. And I think it's a really important like lesson to learn if you was using any sort of software or virtual assistant. And like, I think a lot of people who first get a virtual assistant, they probably get a virtual assistant too early because they think it's going to be like a bit of a plaster for their business, when actually it's not. They're just getting a person there to pay, and then when they're actually starting to make money, make less money because probably the virtual assistant's not making enough leads, or that person's not had enough products, purchased enough products to make that virtual assistant profitable. It could be a massive difference, can't it? And we've got, as business owners, we have got to think about that. Well, it's definitely quiet on the tube today. Quiet. Are you, hello Mr. Kev, how are we? Oh, I can see you. I can see you, my guy. This is week 89 in a row of doing this Tuesday night. It's a slow one as well. So all the tap-ins of the screen you could do, all the questions you could ask, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we'll continue throughout the night. I will say thank you, Kev, because obviously I'm fine, thank you. I'm just talking about the comparison between Arbisource and Profit Path, and because I'm going to do a YouTube video on it. Oh, I shouldn't have said that because it doesn't work very well for TikTok. I'm going to do a comparison video on the tube between Arbisauce and Profit Path. So if you've got anything you want me to look at as a comparison, I could then go ahead, give it my little bit of fairy dust on the top, and tell you what I think is probably better between the two. Because they both got really good advantages. I don't know which way to move forward, to be honest with them. The thing is, I'm heavily involved with Celeramp. I've used it for 4 years. I think it's a great bit of kit, and it's just one of them things where I don't want to start learning Profit Go, because I think it's a bit more complicated. You've not done much at all. Jeez. You're crazy, Kev. But then again, that fella's been off work, hasn't he? So it's a bit hard, isn't it? Different attributes. I'm just looking at Keeper now and seeing if there's much difference between what if there's anything which I missed out on the new and upcoming, like the new version of Keeper. Yeah, but also no, I'm seeing someone too. Oh, alright. Jeez. Does she know about Julie? Does she know about me Julie? Don't want to cause no confusions there, matey. But congratulations with the new lady. I'm hoping it's a lady anyway. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? But I'm not hoping. That's the wrong word. I'm presuming. But we know what assumption is. Right. Oh, brilliant. Right, shall we have a look at, what shall we look at? I can't go on Arby because Arbisauce, someone else is using that one because it's a demo account, so I can't really use that. I'll have a look. Shall we? Like I say, I've been trying to look for new filters to utilise and see what we could use when we are actually doing some sourcing. And I'm considering opening up my coaching calls as well again. Yeah, I'm considering opening up my coaching calls again because I think that's a really good way to, like, I can't show it because it's on I can't show it. One of my mentees, which I mentored last year, I was speaking to them yesterday, and they've done 74k. You could see last year at April, they started so low, and now they've started working their way up. And like in December, they did over 10k in sales, which really proud of them. But there was a mentee which actually, you told them how to do stuff and work with them, and they actually took that advice on and input it into their own business, and you can see I can see the results, the rewards. So yeah, that's why I'm considering opening up the coaching calls again, because if you start coaching, it's going to be, well, if you start coaching, you've got that one-to-one support. Obviously, we know that Navs didn't quite work out, which, don't talk to me about that. I'm not too impressed about that. That was my baby. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a bit of a play. If you want to come and see my screen, ask as many questions as possible. It's totally open. Yeah, get involved. I love nabs. I know, the navs, that was my place to be. I love the navs too. And we only closed the premium side, but you could see that that's cascade down to the free side, I think. It's been emotional. We put a lot of hard work in there. We put 20 months into it. And yeah, it was a little bit hard. That's the thing though, you work at something and you've got to know when it's not working out, don't you? So, hello Steph, how are we? Or no one, Abby? How are we? Right, I'm just having a quick look at Keeper and seeing if there's any new sort of filters. I haven't been keeping up with the updates as well. Announcements, updates, feature requests. Because some of them feature requests, what you need to do is look at that, then take away what people are asking for and thinking, why would they want to have that implemented into Keeper? Because if you can have that sort of mindset, you're going to gain a little bit more experience. You've got to think like, why are people wanting to try and get an advantage? And not many people do this sort of research. They just look at Keeper and go, it's Keeper. Are you going to leave all the videos on there, Kev? We are working at getting the videos onto some sort of ebook, because obviously members have paid access to them sort of videos, so it is really important. We have not done it to get rich or to scam people, because we haven't got rich at all from it. The thing is, it's like, if people paid for an annual pass, we've gave everyone refunds or offered refunds. I know you didn't take the refund, Kev, so that's why I had to say thank you earlier. But we've honestly tried to give everyone back as much as possible, because we created the navigators for you guys to succeed. So it has been a little bit emotional that it didn't quite work out. So that's why we've got all that video content there for you guys to help grow your business. Obviously, it was a whole A to Z roadmap from before starting your account all the way to VAT Reg and beyond. So that's why we've created the PDF. We want to create some sort of PDF to give to people, so then you don't lose access to it. As long as the content doesn't go, I may need them to fall back on. No, just say how good I am. Hello, Mon. How are we? We was just looking at Keeper. We was just talking about the feature requests section in Keeper, because not many people actually talk about it. It is a really good way to actually get ahead and give you that idea of what people want to be brought to Keeper, and if you could think of why that would be an advantage for somebody else, you could think about how it's going to be an advantage for you. So recent ones, we've got format specifics in reports, we've got coupon tracking in overall prices, and track Woot, which I don't use Woot, so it's just one of them. But yeah, I am going to be, like I say, I am in the middle of creating one-to-one coaching. If you've got any questions, fire them away. These lives are for you. These lives are free, and all it does is give you that little bit of momentum, a little bit of support, hopefully a little bit of focus, and you will grow. If you start listening, start asking questions. Right, what else have we got on here? Is there any filters which you're struggling with as well? You know, on Keeper. Is there any filters which you can't think of why it's advantageous? Because obviously we have got so many different filters here, and as you can see on my screen, if you wanted to, you come to the tube and have a look at the screen. We have got so many different filters, and I think this one here, the historical sales rank, and then we could go back, but this was already, like, if you come and join the Keeper course, which I did a few months ago now, we did talk about this sort of tracking and this sort of data point when we was actually looking at the top seller list, not top seller list, the category tree, because that you could use them certain filters, and I showed the filters which you could use, and you was able to go back and find them products which really, really did well. What do you prefer, Ash? Arbisor still or liking Profit Path? I'm tied between the two, mate. I was talking to Biohacks earlier about this, because Biohacks, he's using Profit Path as well, and we have got so many features that he's using Arbisor. He's in the literal same like boat, so he's on Arbisor, so he's using the custom scans and making the most out of that all the time, and he's also got Profit Path, and he's used the navs like 50% off. So we was talking about obviously doing a keeper search, doing a reverse search, utilising the two different softwares, and you get so many different results that it's crazy really, that you get like different results saying this one's profitable, this one isn't. I think preferably, I think Profit Path is, it is more expensive, and there's a lot of features which I don't think are that good on Profit Path. But then, if I wanted to source like every single day on one software, I don't think Arbisource would be able to handle it, because there's only so like setting up a custom scan's good, but if you're going to be doing that for 10 days in a row, full 12-hour shifts on sourcing, like Arbisource has got its limitations. With Profit Path, I think it's open and you could do a lot more. It's like you could do the spy search a little bit more and bits and bobs like that, but it just depends on what you prefer. Yeah, and Profit Path is pretty good. Like, I was looking at my let me just do this and I can show you. I can't even show you because it's not on there. If you was looking at the tube, I could show you. But I'll show you, like, because all the Profit Path products I purchased, I have I've used a. Oh, that's a bit rubbish. I need to flag that up. I wonder if I refresh it. There we go. So, if we're looking at the products which I've brought on Profit Path, I can show this on the tube. So the previous month, so this is when I first started my free trial. So this is me buying the product, getting it to Amazon, and then selling it within that first month. I made over £400 profit. Then if you go to this month so far, I'm nearly £300 profit so far this month just on using Profit Path products. Obviously, I've been buying more and more with it. I've got a lot of stock in. Prep Centre sent over 250 products yesterday. They've got price send that again tomorrow. But yeah, to say that, yeah, it is good, but you've got to, like I was saying earlier, it's like these are the decisions you've got to understand when you're like hiring anything. So if you was hiring a virtual assistant, you'd be wanting to weigh up how much capital you could use to purchase their actual products, because you've got to pay them a wage at the end of the month. So you want to be purchasing their products to make you some money. And that's just exactly the same with the sourcing softwares. So I can't find any products to buy on that site you said about when you got me signed up on. Can't you? There's loads of products on there. I've been trying to place an order with them. I've tried placing an order with them. I'll go on to the Tube next time meeting. Well, there's a link in the bio if you want to get on the Tube. But yeah, there is other products on there, and there's some profitable ones as well, Kev. I've been trying to place an order on that website, but yesterday it just seemed, and today to be fair, it just seemed to struggle giving me any of the products. They've changed this about as well, haven't they? Top 1% solid. They've changed this around. So you know how we was using the category tree last year to find historic data? Yeah, they've changed it around. So the category tree, we was utilising that sort of data to look at the sales history of what products are doing well. And they seem to have taken that off now, which is a bit of a pain, Yeah, it's not. I can't get onto what we was looking at before. Keep it API, resources, no, source lookup. So now you've actually got to specifically use your data to get that. No, it's here. Bloody hell, I wasn't looking at the right thing, was I? Found loads of 808 pings, but kept missing out with being at work. And that, to be honest, I don't think that it's been, like, Profit Path hasn't been that good for 808 pings, I don't think, in my opinion. I know a lot of people do. I have been, like, Amazon Europe, I think that is a really good place to actually get products from. But the problem is with Amazon Europe, because you're paying for shipping, you want to try and get that order as high as possible with as many units as possible to break down that shipping cost. Because if you don't do that, that means you're going to be obviously adding additional cost to your cost of goods. So you've got to be very careful with doing the Amazon Europe side of things compared to if you're just doing A to A UK. You just do UK to UK. If you do UK to UK, that's fine. This is what we were talking about earlier. This is a really good way of looking back at historical data. Are you finding the ungating process any better since the changes? What changes are they, Thomas? I think the ungating has been fairly consistent. I think what I've noticed recently is they've been very particular on making sure brands are on there, but that's always been the same. It just seems that they don't accept as many. No, that's the wrong way of wording it. What's the right way of wording this? They seem to be just a little bit more aware than if your brands are on that invoice and stuff. If you have like an invoice where it's like, let's say, Under Armour, and instead of calling it Under Armour on the invoice, they put UA as Under Armour, then they've declined it, and that's thingy. It's always been human reviews. So they hire a lot of virtual assistants. Sometimes it just seemed that it just like didn't. I've lost for words now. It has been humans approving the leads, but sometimes it just feels like it gets auto-approved. I've noticed that there's a lot more brands where I'm trying to sell and I've actually not got auto-ungated like I usually do, which I'm not really that bothered if I'm gated on them. Like, I got my VA, let me get a current profile up. My current profile. So, my VA submitted, I had to decline them because they submitted some gated products. So yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leads, 6. In the last 2 days, 6 if you want to count that one on the other day. But 5 leads I was gated on, not get auto ungated, and they was 100 unit, 10 units, 10 units. So some of them look like decent products as well. But yeah, if you was using Keeper, I'm guessing you are, Thomas, what you want to do is have a look at. Thank you for the rose, Chris. Appreciate it. How are we? I've seen you going live more regular. I'm on 2 different platforms now doing this Tuesday Night Live. The demand's been fantastic. Hence all the viewers. So yeah, if you was looking at Keeper, Thomas, what you want to do is take a note of this. This is a really good one coming into like seasonal products. So, for example, if you wanted to, you could be looking at garden. A lot of people, I'm fine, thank you. We need to catch up, Chris. We always say it, but never get round to it. We need to catch up. If you was selling, like, looking for seasonal products, what you could do is come here and look at the historical data, go to last like April or May even, and have a look at what sold really well last year, and you can see what sort of products was popping off. And if you look at this brought in the past month, this is showing you obviously the list from last year. So these are going on BSR. Like this one here, this Miracle Grow, this is a 2-pack by the looks of it. Yeah, pack of 2. So last year this was the 11th fastest selling product. Brought in the past month, that was 0. So you could be looking at getting these because you know that that is going to sell really well next month. So this is like where it comes really good of using Keeper, and not many people talk to you about this sort of thing either, because it kind of gives you that little bit of an advantage, and nobody likes to give away the advantages. I've never heard anybody talk about this product bestsellers. It's only me who talks about it. And you could do that with any of these. So you could, like, even toys and games. When it's coming up to Christmas, I don't know what was selling last year, the best product selling last year, but we could go and have a look. You have got to just be a little bit careful, because obviously sometimes you're going to have products which just pop off because it's a trending product. So you have got to be a little bit careful and have a little bit of an understanding of what's happening in the market. So for example, if we looked back at, when was it, 2022, and Prime was popping off. Was it Prime 2022? Probably 2021 maybe. And Prime, the energy drink, that was popping off. And that would have been obviously one of the best sellers. But now, the supply is outweighing the demand, so you're not going to get them good prices. So you've got to weigh it up. And it is a really good way of looking at products, giving you that extra advantage. If you could source like them 2-pack, you're going to be fantastic, well off. Welcome, welcome, welcome in the live. If you don't mind, tap that screen. Let's get going. Whoop, whoop. How are you, Ellie? It's nice to have you in here. Who else is in here? If you've got any questions, feel free to ask away. I'm a very, very wonderful guy. I will help you. Oh. I just had not a dinosaur. It's a funny looking dinosaur if it was a dinosaur. I don't know what I'm doing here. I need to get... I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my days. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need a new fan. I don't know what I'm doing there. Sorry guys. If you got any questions, fire them away. I will answer them. I'm just blinking, tapping things on my screen. Is that what I pressed? That dog? No, that's a lion. Oh my days, it's running all over my screen now. I don't know. I really don't know. Yes, you can. On the tube, you can see my screen, Kev. Oh my days. I have no idea what's going off. Ellie liked the live. Thank you for liking the live, my dear. I was trying to do something, but I've lost it now. If you've got any questions, fire them away, Ellie. Are you currently doing Amazon? Do you know what FBA is? If you've got any questions... Okie doke. See you later, Kev. If Kev goes, that means that I'm not showing anybody on the tube anything. Welcome, Donna. Let me know if you've got any questions. See you later, Kev. Have a good night, mate. So much going off on this screen at the moment. Oh my days. I'm doing things I'm not supposed to be doing things. Yeah, it's not going too well. Hello, Ricky. How are we? Oh, hello, Thomas. I was talking to you and you didn't respond. I'm still here. What do you want to know, Thomas? Have I shown you? Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yo! Welcome, Ricky. I'll get it up in a minute. I'll get it up in a minute. I seen you WhatsApp me, but I've been live, mate. Why is that not showing? What is it? Let me see again. I'm getting you stuff. I'm getting you stuff, Thomas. Ricky, have you got any questions? I was thinking about ending the TikTok and refreshing. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm after. Thomas, the Dangerous Goods program is really easy to get set up. One thing which I remember when I first set it up was you've got to keep checking if you can sell, if you've been approved or not. I can't remember them sending us an email saying that they got approved. So it is fairly simple to get set up. If you are doing Dangerous Goods, what you notice is you'll have to send them products in individually. So let's say if you had a box of pens and then you had obviously some aerosol cans, you won't be able to send them together. What you'll have to do is send the aerosol cans to a special fulfillment centre, and you can't use the partnered shipping. So it is a little bit more expensive. If you was doing Dangerous Goods as well, or if you had any products which were flammable, if they contain any sort of, if they spray, if they contain any sort of batteries, if they, what's the other one I use? If it contains batteries, if it sprays, or it's like flammable, I always try and put it into, oh that's it, if it flows, if it sprays, if it contains batteries, what I do is go to the top of Seller Central in your search bar, type in Dangerous Goods Program, and then it will come down in the tab on the right hand side, and you can input your ACE in there to double check. Has it been poor? Yes mate, very poor, Ricky. That's why I'm considering restarting it. I don't know if it's because I've got this globe up here. Don't know if it's that or what. We've had a few questions. On Seller Central it said there's a waiting list, so I assumed it was going to take a while to get into. Sometimes it could take like up to 5 days, I believe. But you have to do like a bit of a questionnaire. I don't know if you've come across the like ungating video. So if you was doing ungating, you get like, sometimes you'll get a video. So you watch the video and then you've got to basically accept that you accepting all the compliancy documents and stuff like that. And it's your responsibility to make sure these products are genuine products. So it's just like a bit of a video and questionnaire on the Dangerous Goods program, but it's fairly simple to get set up. There's no like major things. I would recommend getting up to it. Yeah, well, what I'm going to do, Ricky, is I'm going to probably restart this live, I think. Usually when I restart it at 8 o'clock it pops, but not today. Not today. Nobody wants to come and join us for week 89 of this live. That's the thing. Nobody. It's free information, free information. Thomas, have I sent you this document here regarding ungating? Have you seen this? I wrote all of this out. This is the ungate in where I mentioned. Watch the video and answer the questions. So make sure you do that sort of thing. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes on the TikTok, and then I'm going to refresh it. I'm going to take that banner off as well, I think. See if that works. Ah, I sent it you. Brilliant. Did you find that useful, Thomas? That's because you went through the ungating thing. How's your sales been as well? Because I remember I was going to do that experiment with you. I think you said that you was, you've only just started, didn't you? Yeah, I'm going to restart the TikTok live, I think, guys. So, Ellie, if you're not following, drop us a follow. If you've got any questions, feel free to message. I'm going to restart this live in a couple of minutes on the TikTok, and then what you could do is come back and join us. I'm going to turn that yellow thing off as well, I think. Will do. Oh, you do talk! Oh, bless you. Yeah. I'm going to restart it, and then I need to go live for another 70 more minutes. Ooh, that's a challenge, isn't it? One more time, L, L. One more time, L, L. Still new. It's fine, mate. The thing is, what you've got to be careful of is you don't want to be rushing. And that isn't me saying you don't want to be a Russian. You don't want to rush into actually selling. And a lot of people won't tell you this because they rather try and get money out of you. But go at your pace. That is the best way to actually succeed with Amazon. Don't compare yourself with other people. Don't think that you're going to just get rich, and even, well, not get rich, but don't believe that you're going to get rich overnight. There you go. Because it is a hard work, it is a hard job, and what you've got to also do is, like, even if you got, like, I'll go back to my biggest mistake. So my biggest mistake was buying 3,000 cans of pesticide. So the pesticide, what I did is I found the product, I did a test order. So I did a test order, this is when I was doing more wholesale. I did a test order of like 45 units, 50 units. And what I did then is I sent them into Amazon. Obviously it was a pesticide, so it was dangerous goods. It was heavy because it was multi-packs of these 3 cans of pesticide. And what happened is, like, once they arrived into Amazon, they sold out within the first 4 hours. This is 50 units. And I was getting a decent ROI on them. So what I did is I rang up the distributor and I was like, I need a pallet of this right away. I need a pallet. And there's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely sure. I need to get this pallet in as soon as possible. because if I get them in as soon as possible, I get them out as well. Because it was selling that fast, like 50 units in 4 hours is incredible. So what I did is, like, I paid like $3 grand for this pallet of 3,000 cans, and it was, the wholesaler said it's going to be 2 weeks to get this product. So I said, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind waiting 2 weeks to get this product. So when I ended up getting the product, all the big wholesalers was on the listing. And I'm not talking about like a couple of thousand reviews. We're talking like hundreds of thousand reviews were on this listing, and they had basically kept the price high. So it was probably listed at, I was selling them at $12.99, so they kept it at about $9.99, just under that £10 threshold. We paid lower fees, and as soon as I jumped onto the listing, they dropped the price to like $7.99, $6.99. So I was then making a loss or break even. So you've got to be very careful, even if you find that absolute golden 100% million time positive, done a test order, don't feel like it's going to be the one which makes you rich, because I was there. I was sat there in my chair rubbing my hands going, oh, this money! And yeah, that failed. It took me over a year to get rid of all that. Over a year. It was unbelievable. So you just got to take it in your own stride and work towards it. But yeah, I'll try and... I haven't worked on that experiment yet, Thomas. I want to try it on my own personal account first. So what I'm doing is I'm going to get a list of products where I'm gated, ungated, and have a play with something. I'm going to have an idea. How much is an accountant for a fresh start-up limited company? I'm not 100% sure off for a fresh start-up. Limited company you can set up quite easily, Asian Evil. What you want to do is... God, loads of things are popping off on the live today. Hey up, Glenn. Hey up, Callum. Yeah, Asian Evil. If you want to set up a limited company, I would do it through Tide. Instead of paying £50 for the company house, what you could do is pay £15 through Tide, and it does take a little bit longer, I will admit that, but you can then do it. And it's cheaper, £15 compared to 50. When you start a new business, it's always better to do it that way. But before you start a new business, have a check of what's better, if it's sole trader or limited company, and go down the right route for you. Hey up, Callum. I was going to message you earlier, I think I was. Evening, Glenn. How are you? See, this is what happens. Go on, tap the screen. Thank you for the share, Raf. Thank you for the share. Tap that screen. Get them lights going. It's weird. It's weird. If you've got any questions, feel free. Glenny boy.
Alright, Glenny boy.
I am sharing my screen on the tube. Welcome to come and join us. Like I say, if you've got any questions, a little reunion.
Oh.
If you've got any questions, I am screen sharing, like I say, on the other platform, the long form platform. I'm trying to build that up, but if you've got any questions, if you want to know how to analyse a product, if you want to know about ungating, profit path, RB source, well, I can't show you RB source because RB source at the moment is being used by someone else on the demo account. So I don't want to keep getting kicked off. You sell it in the EU too. Mr. Raff, I only sell it in the UK. I am... why is it all popping off? Gosh. I know it's not popping off for you guys as a viewer, but I'm getting loads of different things popping off at the bottom of my screen. It's weird. I've never seen it like that before. I'm going to do that and then... Oh, look at you guys. I can see little faces. Yeah. How's everything been going, guys? Have you guys been onto the link in my bio and checked everything out on there? No. What's your biggest struggles? I want to know. Poor Thomas is over there on the tube and he's just like, you ignoring me. You ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me? Shall we look at some... I can't really go onto the Arbisource, can I? Shall we see if we can find some... Let's get a profit path up for you. Let's... Gosh, I nearly showed you my VA sheet then. That would have been bad. I'm contemplating getting a second virtual system. Do you sell in the EU RAF? Oh. I think Glenn's had a bit of a timeout, I believe. He's reduced his selling, I think, off the top of my head. Let's have a look if we can find you some products, Thomas. Whereabouts are you purchasing products from at the moment? Let's have a look. We have got some different suppliers on here which I've not seen before. Callum, are you still selling? All that time I spent with you, I hope you bloody are. How's you and Ash? And yes sir, good. We need to have a call, me and you, buddy old pal. I had an OK Q4 eventually, but I'm back going again slowly now. Come on, you've got to get going again, Glenn. If you want to give Profit Path a go, there's a 28-day free trial in the link in my bio. If you want to know what Profit Path is, come along, jump in on the tube and we could see if there's anything available. Available, as they say on Friday night dinner. Sharing tips on Amazon side, including the pesticide and competitor mistakes. Oh, dearie me. We were just talking about my biggest mistake on Amazon earlier. This one would be good for you. Oh my god. It's out of stock. EU customers, VAT is paid at delivery country's rate through our IOSS International One-Stop Shop. Can you imagine buying that one? £4.40, sell it at £28.50? Fantastico. Q4 was amazing. The thing is, have you got back up to Q4 levels? That's one question you need to be asking. Are you back up to them Q4 levels? New Era, if you sell New Era, 1555. I can't sell New Era, I know I'm gated on it. I don't think you'll sell that for 38 1p. 10 estimated sales. It's not very good, is it? Can imagine flying on you now, mate. How was your trip? My trip? I haven't been anywhere. Must be talking to Colin. I am going away though. I'm going away. I will still be doing the Tuesday Night Live, but I'm going away on the 2nd of May. I'm going kayaking. So we're in... Oh, sorry, it was for Callum. Oh, yeah. Oh, like this, aren't you, you two? Yeah. I'm going to go kayaking for a long weekend, so I'm absolutely looking forward to that. New York City was good. When's your festival camping this year? So we've booked onto Why Not Festival. We've gone all premium. We've got all electricity, glamping. We've got the camper. We've got showers, all sorts like that. All the good stuff. I'm looking forward to that as well. Going with the same couple we went with last year. And that one should be good. What's this product here? Living Proof Restore Shampoo, 236 millilitres. I'm not quite sure of that. So if I was looking up this Thomas, what I'll be doing is looking at the fact that Amazon and 1FBA on most of these listings, usually that will be a telltale sign that there's an issue with this product. So you would be avoiding this brand. It does come up with a private label warning. You can have a look at this, see who's on here. We've got goods galore. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. That was for Ash. That reg now. Well done, Callum. Now it's getting serious, isn't it? How have you been finding it? It does slow cash flow down. Have you paid your first VAT bill yet? Speedy service to you. Goods galore. It doesn't scream like an IP. It's a little bit worrying though that most of the products are quite low offers. So what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at who's been on the listing, and for me Goods Galore is probably taking a little bit of a gamble, and this other person, Speedy Service to You, these two are taking a bit of a gamble here. So you can see what they've done. They've got Amazon on the listing here. We have got this offer count going up and doing the turret effect, so 1 to 2 sellers all the way across. And they've taken this gamble where they haven't got any historic data where they can see that Amazon's been sharing the buy box, and they've taken that gamble to jump on this listing and obviously hope they could sell the product and share that buy box. You can see they've had to reduce the price a little bit, £21, $18.99. This is where they're competing against each other. I did a video on this, the 1 penny rule, which costs sellers thousands of pounds. And you can see that they're competing against each other until eventually one sold out. Let's see what's actually happened with sales. You can see Goods Galore here. Brought 30 units, so I don't know where he's brought his 30 units from, but he has slowly sold out. But that has been quite a while. That's 3 months and he's sold 11 units. That'd be too slow for me. What Speedy Service to You? They started 28 and they went down to 6. So yeah, and that's how you would really look at a product. I would have not gone any further than this. I wouldn't have done all this research if I was looking at Living Proof. Yeah, it's been signed and now not yet. End of the month. Woo. So if it was the end of the month which you've got your... Is he still here? Is he still here? Is he still here? If it's end of the month which you've got your to get all your everything filed for, you have to pay it next month on the 7th. You have to let me know. But yeah, it'd be good to reach out. And also, Glenn, it'd be good to talk to you as well. And everybody else, if you want to, you can book a 15-minute free call. But I've been talking to them guys for a little bit of a while now, so... Would you be looking at this? I mean, this is one thing which really annoys me with like Profit Path, is that you go to a supplier like this and there's not really a way of like getting rid of all these out of stock listings. So that's really, and if you do want to try a 28-day free trial, there is a link in the bio. We are on the tube, we are looking at these different products and seeing if we can find anything decent. Just offers quick scan, see if there's anything profitable. You can see here we've got a lot of out of stock units. We've got all these high ROI items, estimated sales here. And we would want a nice confirmed number. So you can see here this Rocket Dog, 50 units, that's confirmed sales. So that means that's definitely happened on Amazon. We've got another page, let's have a look, see if there's anything in stock and then we can have a look at it. We've got Skechers. I've been a bit worried about Skechers because I'm sure that there's something which, in the back of my head, I don't need them on there anymore. They're not profitable anyway. That is a product I have sold in the past, but they're not profitable anymore. Not for me. So yeah, these Skechers here, we've got 7 FBM sellers on it. You'd analyse it, see if the buy box has been shared. Obviously we've got Zion Shop, Latitude Marking Company, and you'd be going and having a look, analysing your product. I would personally be seeing if there's any FBA sellers on there. I would be considering this one, because you've got to think like Amazon's not been on this buy box for quite a while as well. So it's very rare that they're going to just come into stock right now, and if they do come into stock right now, that might be where there's a low amount of stock on there. You've got to think though that shoes, fashion, there's a lot of different variations. You'll have different sizes, different colours. So you've got all these different sizes here. You've got all these different colours here, and then 45 options with no featured offers. So it is going to take a little bit of analysing, and you've got to be a bit more confident and competent with sourcing variation products, but it does come with a little bit of experience. If you do see something which is that trainer, if you do see something which looks like it's good sales, it's actually out of stock, that one. If you do think that like a variation listing where it would be a bit more than 12, you'd be wanting to consider doing a deeper dive into variation listings. Like, I wouldn't take this 12 sales off as gospel, especially on variations. So, who's got questions for me then? Who's got questions for me? This is week 89 and not many of you have asked a challenging question yet. I want to be challenged. Come on. Somebody give me a challenging question. I'd love for you to try. If you want to, there is obviously lots of different products in the link in my bio. Make sure you go and check them out. We have got 28-day trials on sourcing softwares, So take advantage of them. Not saying you have to use it. You don't have to go and pay for it. Just take advantage of that free trial and get it sorted. It might help you. PC gaming cases. Can you see this one here? This would be a store which all the beginners would go to. All the beginners would go to. So this is going to give us profitable products, which is in Notino. Look how many times I've been to Notino to source. There you go. On profit path. Never looked at Notino. I don't like selling in the beauty category. The beauty category is one of those, it's really tedious. A lot of the places which actually deal with you, the more business to customer. So like when you message them and say can I have an invoice, like you don't really need an invoice. Amazon sometimes don't accept the invoices if they do provide them, and I just totally try and avoid beauty. I don't think I've got many. I'll have to have a look. How many what percentage is beauty? What business stuff do you recommend setting up, like business, banks, limited company, etc.? I haven't set a thing up yet. Been buying all stock from personal credit card. So Thomas, first thing I would recommend doing is not using your personal credit card. Regarding the limited company, and you've got to understand there's a difference. You can go sole trader, or you can go limited company. That is for you specifically to choose. It's not about me saying that's the best way for you. When I started, I went down the limited route because I was working a 9 till 5 job. So I was getting a income from my employment, and I wanted to keep obviously my limited company's profits as obviously profits to reinvest. So I wouldn't do limited company. If you was like just, I would look into that a bit further. I would if I was you, about limited company and sole trader. But if you haven't set a thing up like that, how have you got a selling account? That's the worrying thing, because obviously Amazon will be checking these sort of things, or should have checked these sort of things. And buying all your stock from personal credit card, I wouldn't recommend that. If you want to, if you go to the link in my bio, where's my bio here? If you go to my link in my bio, you can sign up to Capital on Tap. So that is the one I use. So that's 0 exchange fees. So if I was purchasing from Amazon Europe, I'm not going to be paying an exchange rate. And also you get 1% cash back on that. And if you went through my link, we both get 75 quid as a referral program. Any tips on working with a VA? Would you let them have RB sources similar from day one? It's a good question, T10002. So with Virtual Assistant, I've got a software so I protect all my passwords. Like this, not many people would tell you to do this. I obviously work closely with Ricky. Ricky's got a lot of virtual assistants as well. So I've tried to use his business as a blueprint to help me in my business. And we use a software called LastPass. So what LastPass does is I could store all my... I save all my passwords into LastPass. And then I would only allow my virtual assistant access to certain bits of information. So they will never see my password. I allow him access on via LastPass. If you're working with a VA, I would start using a SKU system as well. You want to make sure that the virtual assistant is doing what it's supposed to, making sure that they're profitable, because when you get a virtual assistant, I don't know if you're getting through a agency or anything, but they may not be as profitable as you think at the beginning. So you've got to be very careful and track what they are doing, and always treat them as a person. I think that's just common sense. So they're not a plaster on your business. So make sure that you treat them with a lot of respect and try and guide them. Even if they've been through an agency, you will still need to train them. Amazon have lost my shipment and offered a third party a third of what I paid for. I've uploaded all invoices. Anything I could do? There's not really much you could do, Joe. Yeah, sometimes that happens. And I know that's terrible for me to say, but it does happen. You want to be reconciling all your shipments as well. You can open a case with them, but if they've already offered you a third, I don't think... What I would do is input your source costs. So you have got your manufacturing costs, which you would be putting into Amazon to say how much things have cost you. Then I would open a case with Amazon, because then you know roughly what they've accepted to pay for. And a lot of the time, if you haven't input that sort of sourcing cost into your Amazon, they would be doing a lower, they'll be recommending a lower price. So always check that. Let's get back to Thomas. Can't remember exactly setting the side control, just answered all the questions, uploaded ID, and the next day it was set up. I will look into getting registered as sole trader and business banks tonight. Going ahead off now. Cheers for the help. See you next week. Welcome for that, Thomas. I've got 2 business bank accounts as well. So I've got a Tide account which is linked to my Amazon, and I've also got a Revolut bank account. If you need, you go through my links, or if you need any help setting them up, let me know. That might help you. But I've got 2 business accounts because obviously Amazon's my mainstream income. So if one payment system went down, I could always access my money via another method. So it's something to consider, but obviously look into business bank accounts tonight and you'll have to set it all up. I've never inputted my cost of goods on Amazon. They said even if I put them in now, it won't change anything. Yeah, it won't change anything now if you've actioned something. Really, you need to be doing it on all your cost of goods as soon as possible. It's one of them really strange things as well, because you'd put them in there and most of them they'll reject, saying that you paid too much. So it's one thing that you've got to kind of just be careful for. And to be honest, I'm not the best at doing it. I really need to do a bit more, but I'm looking at getting a virtual assistant, and that's going to solve that problem. Saves me doing that bit of legwork. But if you've got any more questions, feel free to ask away. I was on the tube. I don't know if anyone's still on the tube. If you are on the tube, let me know, and I'll keep the stream open so I can share screen with you. If you've got any questions, let me know, and I can get them answered. I'm thinking about ending the tube, so let me know if everyone's off there. I'll give it a minute, and then I can end that stream. And I'll concentrate on you guys, because obviously you guys are talking. If you've got any questions, let me know. I've got plenty of experience. If you need anything, like I say, I am screen sharing, and I'm quite happy to help you on there. You can go look back at previous lives. I keep them all up straight away, uploaded onto there. This one's been a bit more relaxed. Last week was good. We had a good laugh. And I'm going to start putting out a lot more long form content to help you guys. If you are interested in anything, there is availability for 15-minute calls up here, I think, up around here. I am going to start opening up the one-to-one coaching as well, but that's not. I've not done it for a while. I'm not 100% sure if it's going ahead. So if you're interested, let me know. And I am interested in starting the live keeper course 2.0. So totally different to the existing one we've already got. Now I'm going to log off the YouTube. So if you're on there, I'm sorry. Come and join us back on TikTok. But yeah, there we go. Lots of people. If you've got any questions,